Good evening, fellow punters. Mickey D back with you on Monday evening with selections for day 2 as we endeavour to bash the Bookies in Cheltenham 2022. I recorded yesterday's one at just after 4 o'clock and put it into the upload oven, and the length of it was over 20 minutes. That's the first time I had one that long. It said it to take 3 hours to upload. It was 2 hours going, and I tried to do something with the phone when there was a phone call coming in. Lost all, had to go back to start, and it was after 11, nearly 11:30 last night. So it was over 6 hours. So I don't know whether I'm going to stop maybe before 10 minutes tonight and maybe just put up a second one. I don't know. I'm not that good at this crack yet. I'm learning. Trial and error. Anyway, got a good start to the week. Deal Kerr won the Leinster Grand National yesterday, tipped up the night before at 6-1. Thanks be to God, we had a good, long, tough last 100 yards that he got up. He went off 7-2 favourite. He's a willing old horse. Not an old, he's only a 7-year-old, but he has great old guts and he really puts out his neck. But he wants to brush up on his jumping. He's very deliberate and he's very clumsy. He's like an old junior B footballer that's 45 playing full forward. Willing all right, but the level of ability isn't the same. A race that will suit him down to the ground is the Welsh Grand National next December. 4 miles in soft ground in Chepstow. Really would suit. Anyway, it was a good start to the week. And it seemed by messages that some were on. I was on nicely with him. Just a few hellos. Seen a message there from John Davitt. He's a Dublin man, a long-time friend of mine. He's living in the cold, windy city of Chicago. Good to have you on board, John. New man there, Mark Soprano and Ashton. Rob the Mongoose left a good message. And KC found me eventually. He said he was looking for me for the last 3 or 4 weeks. There's other people there as well that... if you see them on other sites, just send them a message, direct them this way, and subscribe as well. I know there's nearly 250 subscribers now, which is great after 2 weeks, but we want to keep the numbers going. Try and get a friend or two for during the week. I'm putting in a lot of time at this. Also, hello to Paul McNamara in EJ Menswear in Sligo. He tagged me out with my Remus Umo jacket last week and shorts and trousers at their half price sale. Man, Paul Mack, he plays football with Sligo. Also to Frankie Butters. You might have seen in the comments today, he mentioned Master Mikey D, that he was 33-1. And I seen he left a message there. He had £2 each way on it at 33-1 and £2 each way on it at 20-1. And it won at 16s. Well done, Frankie. There was a product years ago. It was a queer name and great stuff. It was Chino Unction. That's the same with that, Master Mikey D. Queer name, but great stuff. Well done. Anyway, on to tomorrow, Wednesday. The Ballymore. 2 miles, 5 furlongs. 9 declared. Small field again. 5 favourites in the last 10 years. 7 out of the last 10 by Irish trained. Willie Mullins had 2 and Gordon Elliott had 2. Nicky Henderson 1. 9 out of the last 10 was a 6-year-old. The new one was a 5-year-old in 2013. And the last 7-year-old to win this was French Holly in 1998. And the 4 to 6 favourite, Sir Gerhard, or Gerhard, however you want to pronounce it, is 7. So the stats suggest that he is the lay of the week. I know he won the bumper last year, but everything says a 7-year-old in 24 years hasn't won it. So I don't know. There's a doubt about his stamina as well. So there's no doubt about the stamina of Journey With Me, trained by Henry de Bramhead. Won a pint to pint in November 2020. It's 3 for 3 over hurls. It's not flashy. It's a dour stayer, and it's 13-2. And what I'm doing with that is I'm putting a pint each way on that at 13-2, and I'm also going a pint without the favourite at 9-4. In the event that Sir Gerhard upsets the trends and wins the race. So that is the Ballymore. Journey With Me is my suggestion. On to the Brown Advisory. 11 declared. That used to be called the RSA. 3 miles and 80 yards. 4 favourites in the last 10 years. 4 Irish, 6 English. 7 out of the last 10 has been 7-year-olds, and 12 out of the last 15 has been 7-year-olds. 2 8-year-olds, a 6-year-old in the last 10 as well. Bravemansgame has looked top class. He's rated 164. It's the highest for a novice in a lot of years. If ever, I think there was one as high before coming in, because he's 4 for 4 over fences, so his rating has went up each time. More often than not, that have 3 runs. This will be their 4th, but this is his 5th run. He's well experienced. He's a brilliant jumper. He makes no mistakes, and I hope I don't put the jinx on him. But he makes a couple of lengths at each fence, and he can go in short, and he can ping them long. He can stand off them. He's very good. He's as good as I've seen in a long time. Long Presse for Venetia Williams is rated 159, which is £8, £5 inferior. Also 4 for 4. But it started off handicapping. When it beat Gunside Ridge that day, I had Gunside Ridge backed. I said that day, I said, this is could be a right little horse. But I don't think it's as good as Bravemansgame. Now, Ahoy Senior is 2 for 4, and it beat Bravemansgame in entry in the Sefton last year. But I think this was always going to be a better chaser. It's a typical Paul Nicholls horse, sort of in the mould of Dinman, that style. A mighty big horse. He's 2 to 1, and I'm going to have 2 points win on that. That's the suggestion. On to the Coral Cup is 3rd, isn't it? 3rd race. There's 26 declared. It's 2 miles 5. It's a grade 3. Won by only 2 favourites since 1995. Xenophon was 4 to 1 in 2003 for Tony Merton. And Dame de Copagne for Nicky Henderson in 2020 was 5 to 1. Only 3 other winners less than 10 to 1 since the year 2000. It has been a Bookies bonanza sort of down through the years. 6 English and 4 Irish in the last 10 years. 3 of the last 6 has been won by Nicky Henderson. Heaven Help Us won it last year for Paul Hennessy. 33 to 1, and it was the lightest carrying weight that the winner carried. It carried 10 stone 2. 4 of the last 5 were 7-year-olds, and 2 horses carried 11 stone 10. So Classy Oaks with weight can win it as well. 6 out of the last 10 carried 11 stone or more. Last year it was down near the bottom. My selection for the race is Unexpected Party for Dan Skelton. 7-year-old, 2 for 6, but he's only 7 lifetime runs, if I remember correctly. And he holds up in Ascot in January, beat a horse that used to be in Ireland with Joseph O'Brien, wasn't it? But he holds up. It's a grey horse. He was off 130 that day. He's up to 142. He's 8 to 1. The bookies are paying 7 places on this, and I see you can take a couple of points less, and they're paying 8. One bookie there, but 8 to 1, a pint each way on Unexpected Party. This was laid out for this race. I think the Skelton's done it a couple of times there with the County Hurl winner and that, and there are no slouches. As everyone knows, I'm a big fan of the Yard. There's a McFabulous is an 8-year-old, but he's a classy sort of a horse, and the thing about McFabulous is this could be his optimum distance, because he just can't stay in the top level at 3 miles. He's a 16 to 1 shot, and a pint each way on that. The favourite was supposed to be Good Risk to All, but it's the first reserve, so unless there's someone's pulled out, obviously he won't get in. On to the Queen Mother. Or will I might stop here. I'll stop here, and I'll go with the Queen Mother and the other ones then in part 2. Bear with me.